إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهد الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أما بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. The Prophet ﷺ once said, Al-ma'idatu bayt al-adwa'i wal-himiyatu rasu kulli dawa'in wa'ati kulla badadin ma waddata, which in English can be translated as, the stomach is the home for all illnesses. The stomach is the home for all illnesses. Abstinence is the best drug, and give your body what you have made it accustomed to. Now, the reason why I've picked this particular verse, or this saying from the Prophet ﷺ, is because, well, first of all, we're about 6 weeks away from the blessed month of Ramadan. 6 weeks. Now, as Brother Atisham said in the introduction, time flies. 6 weeks is going to go by. Before you know it, Ramadan will arrive and it will finish. Inshallah, all of us will witness this. But I think now is a good time to address one thing. Now, we know Ramadan is about spiritual progression. We know this, it's common sense. But at the same time, it's also about physical progression. You see, in that blessing month, it should be a month whereby either people lose weight or maintain weight, because you're only eating twice a day. Well, you should be anyway, unless you're cheating. Anyway, it's a month where people should really lose weight. However, our people, unfortunately, sometimes gain weight because they eat too much, mostly at night time. And then it's evident when it comes to Salat al-Tarawih, when they start burping and these things. All jokes aside, really, it's not just Ramadan is a time when we should be thinking about ourselves, our physical self. You see, only last month, I think, in March or February, the Imam Guest did a fantastic bayan on the 7 trees of success. He talks about the 7 trees of success. And these 7 things, if they are maintained and balanced, he said you can find sakina, you can find peace in this life and in the next, inshallah. Now, out of those 7 things, one of those things was addressing the health of the individual, maintaining the health, looking after the physical body. See, unfortunately, when people think about Islam or Muslims, they think it's all about prayer and worship. Yes, of course, these things are vital, but it's not at the expense of the physical self, the health and the well-being of the individuals. Also, for anyone here who's ever attended the Dr. Shalom sessions, healing sessions, I mean, I've been there multiple times, and I can honestly say, every time I go there, I learn something new. Now, some of you have been before, perhaps some of you haven't. For those watching online at home, I highly recommend you attend the sessions or view online, because in addition to the spiritual healing, he also talks a bit about the physical aspects of looking after the self. He talks about this. You see, sometimes prevention is better than a cure. Sometimes prevention is better than a cure. So when it comes to looking after your health, sometimes it's better to address certain issues before they become worse and before you catch a disease or you have to be treated or operated upon or have to take medication for which you get side effects. So sometimes prevention is better than a cure. And one of the things he quite rightly says is, it's from a famous hadith where the Prophet ﷺ, he said, when you eat, your stomach, you should have 3 parts to the stomach, in that a third of your stomach should be reserved for food. The second third should be reserved for liquid, drinks. But the final third should remain vacant, it should be empty. I'll say that again. So when you eat or drink, there are 3 parts to your stomach. Leave 1/3 for your food, 1/3 for drink, 1/3 empty. Meaning don't overeat. Now, like all the prophetic sayings, all the hadith, there's so much wisdom behind all of it, but I won't only have time to touch upon a few things. Because today's nasiha is all about the prophetic diet. Now, in the half an hour, 35 minutes, I can't go over everything, but I will go over some key principles about the prophetic diet, and I will prove how useful they are and how they have stood the test of time. You see, I remember listening to one of Hazrat Sah's previous bayans, and he mentioned he met an individual, I don't know his name, after a certain period of time. And this individual had lost a considerable amount of weight, yet he was looking healthy. So he had lost weight, and when he was asked, how did you lose weight? He said, listen, I did just 2 things. 2 things I did to lose weight. 1, I ate when I was hungry. And 2, I ate only a third full of my stomach, what it could handle. 2 things, that's all he did. He lost weight healthily. He didn't follow some fad diet out there. You get these diets like the Atkins diet perhaps and other ones that maybe temporarily work but at the expense of your health. No. He said, I had just 2 things from the sunnah. Ate when I was hungry, and I ate only a third of what I could handle. And it really got me thinking, this works. And this was years ago when I heard this, and I tried it, and alhamdulillah, for me, it works. I would never say anything to you to try, but I would always try it on myself if possible, or unless I believe it. And this certainly works. You see, I'll give you an example. About 10 years ago, I had a part-time job, and my supervisor at the time, Nick, he was a very nice guy, but he was severely overweight, so much so he had trouble moving around. And I remember it was a Jummah, because I said to him, listen, boss, I'm going to go out for prayer on the way back. I want to stop by the takeaway. We thought it's Friday, get a takeaway, why not? I said, would you like anything? So he says, yeah, I'll have a large doner kebab, all the salad, all the sauce, and a Coke. Oh, but by the way, make it a Diet Coke. Bless him anyway. I'm just giving an example. So, overeating has its price to pay, unfortunately. Now, what's that got to do with Islam, overeating? Well, first of all, being severely overweight can affect a person in their worship. I remember seeing, there was a mufti in Pakistan years ago, and he was on TV, but he was in the chair, and he was struggling to get out of the chair. He was so overweight. He was so obese. Now, I don't know whether this was because of genetics or medical condition. I don't know. However, if your health, if your weight is affecting your prayer, if you're struggling to go in Sunnah or Ruku and these things, then something must be addressed. Something must be addressed. Now, in general, we know that people from the Asian subcontinent, and even some Arabs really, we do suffer from overeating and excessive weight. Now, before I proceed, I want to make one thing very clear. I'm not addressing the sisters here. I'm not addressing the sisters. Reason being, we know that women need certain weight. They need to have extra weight for childbearing or these kind of things. So, sisters listening, don't worry. I'm not talking about you. And even some of the brothers, I'm not even targeting on the brothers here, because we know some people cannot lose weight for certain reasons like genetics and other illnesses that they have. No, I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the overweight brothers who are overweight because of greed. That's all I'm talking about, because of greed. And I'm guilty of this sometimes, I'll be honest. I have been guilty in the past as well. So we know in our deen, greed is a sickness in the heart, and there are many sicknesses of the heart. But at the same time, greed can be treated. Alhamdulillah, it can be treated. Like greed for money, wealth, name, fame, same thing for food. And the brother at the end, I believe Atisham will talk about the course of self-purification, which actually addresses this very issue of greed. You see, Imam al-Ghazali, rahimahullah, he said the two organs that are the most challenging to overcome are the genitals and the stomach. These are the two organs that are the most challenging to overcome. However, if you can conquer these two organs, the rest of the organs are relatively easy to overcome. So the course of self-purification, which the brother Sufyaan will mention, if you haven't come across it before, it's a completely free course, and it will actually show you and teach you how to overcome greed when it comes to food. And inshallah, that will help you to lose further weight if you wish to do so. Now, when it comes to food, you see, like I said, I'm not going to go into too many details, because Ibn Khaldun said the Prophet ﷺ, he didn't come bringing medicine, but he actually brought something greater than medicine. He brought the principles of medicine, which is far greater. So when it comes to food, you have to ask yourself, the quality of the food you're eating, what's that like, and the quantity. Well, the quantity I've just mentioned already briefly about reducing your intake. But let's look at the quality of the food that you and I eat on a daily basis. Now, you know what you eat for breakfast, lunch, dinner. I don't know that. You do. And I'm not talking about every now and then we'll go out for a takeaway and these things. I know Brother Ramirez, last time we went out, I remember I had a bit of a deli belly, we went out. But, you have to enjoy yourself every now and then, of course. But in general, you know what you eat on a daily basis. You see, a lot of people don't know that the Prophet ﷺ, he didn't eat much meat. I mean, first of all, he didn't eat big quantities anyway. We know he had a flat stomach. He had a flat stomach. Even when he left this world, he had a flat stomach. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying go home tonight and do hundreds of sit-ups and get a six-pack. No. But it just shows he was never overweight. He wasn't anorexic. He wasn't overweight. He was straight down the middle, perfectly balanced. Like everything about him was balanced. Spiritually and physically, he was balanced. But he didn't eat much meat, and there's a lot of wisdom behind this. So by today's standards, you could probably say he was semi-vegetarian. He ate meat, we know this, but not much. Unfortunately, I've heard some people, and I won't say who they are, but they have this concept that to be a Muslim, when you come into Islam, if it's a convert or a revert, when you come into Islam, you have to eat meat to complete your deen. And it's a really bizarre thing, I remember him saying to the brother, "Welcome to Islam," and he gives him the biryani. I mean, I don't know where they got this idea from, but no, the Prophet ﷺ, he didn't eat much meat. I said he wasn't a complete carnivore or a herbivore. He ate both, but in moderation. Now, there was a Sahaba at the time, Ibn Abi Laham, he was a Sahaba, and he was a vegetarian actually, and the Prophet ﷺ accepted that from him. He was a vegetarian, and he accepted that. I don't know, maybe he didn't like to eat meat, I don't know. But we know that you can be a Muslim and be a vegetarian should you choose to do so. You see, I was reading across a book called The China Study. It's written by Professor Campbell from Princeton University in America. Now, Professor Campbell is a well-respected scientist, and he teamed up with some scientists from Oxford, and they carried out a study. They looked at the relationship between meat consumption and diseases in addition to cancer. So they looked at this relationship. Now, the initial studies were done in India, Hyderabad, and the results were so drastic that the Western scientists actually said, "Oh, this must be wrong. You must have got the samples mixed up." So Professor Campbell took it upon himself. He went to China, and he went over China, over many villages, to conduct this test. And he looked at how much meat people were eating and looked at the rates of cancer, whether it's prostate cancer, breast cancer, different types of cancer. And the results were profound. He noticed that people that ate very little meat, in fact, I think it was 5% of protein taken from meat and dairy. People that ate very little meat, there was no cancer. No cancer. And this is one of the world's leading researchers on nutrition. I'm not a doctor. This is not my field. So I turn to the experts. Professor Campbell, you can read it, you can Google it, it's on Wikipedia as well. People that eat very little meat, no cancer. And yet you have to ask yourself around the world, look at cancer rates, they're soaring. Under the caliphate of Sayyidina Hazrat Umar radiallahu ta'ala anhu, when he was the caliph, he actually made it a legal ruling. He didn't allow people to eat meat 2 consecutive days in a row. He didn't allow it. You cannot eat meat under his caliphate every day on a daily basis. There's got to be some wisdom behind this. And this is one of them, like we've shown with the research from Professor Campbell in the China study. You see, I know that I've spoken to some people, Muslims, who have physically demanding jobs. They do manual labor or they're athletes and they have to exercise in these things. And they say to me, "Look, brother, really, if I stop eating meat or cut down my meat, it will affect my daily activity." I don't know if they're true to an extent, but I'll ask you one thing. Now think about in the natural world, in the animal kingdom, what are the 2 largest animals out there? Any suggestions? What are the 2 largest animals in the animal kingdom? Sorry? The elephant, thank you. And okay, let's talk about muscle mass. Not the tallest. Rhinoceros, right, thank you. So the elephant and the rhinoceros. Now ask yourself, what do they eat? Vegetables. Exactly, the herbivores, they eat vegetables. So if the elephant and the rhinoceros can go about their daily activities, as big as they are, eating vegetables, can't we? Like I said, I'm not a scientist. I just want you to think about these things. So, I don't buy the argument that people say I have to eat meat on a daily basis or on a regular basis. I don't buy it. I don't know, maybe you can prove me wrong, but good luck with that one. Really, these things, it's good to be aware of. And I'll give you another example. Imam Qais, once I was studying fiqh with him, and we were talking about the fiqh of eating and what you can and cannot eat. Now, in the Holy Quran, halal meat, or halal in general, is always mentioned, but it's always followed with, or mentioned alongside the word tayyib, that which is pure. We should eat food, not just that is halal, but pure food. Eat food that has some nutritional value. Don't eat empty food. For example, the fast food joints you have out there, they may taste nice, but there's no real nutritional value behind them. And really, fast food, if you think about it, the Muslims have always had the best fast food around. Look at the shawarma. I mean, I love a lamb shawarma, even chicken shawarma, whether it's wrapped or not. But no, if you're going to eat fast food, eat good, healthy fast food. Really. So, if you think about, again, going back to the whole topic of meat, whether it's lamb, chicken, or beef. Now, beef is not traditionally, it's not a meat of the Muslims. The Prophet ﷺ didn't eat meat, but he never forbade it. It's in the Holy Quran. You can eat meat, alhamdulillah, eat beef. Just talking about beef for a second. He didn't eat beef, but you can eat beef. Of course you can. The lamb is the traditional meat of the Muslims, lamb. Why? I don't know. I'm just telling you this as an additional piece of information. But the beef eater really this is not a Muslim concept. This is a Western concept where in England and America they have the beef eater. And again, eating too much beef, it has a very extraordinary effect on the heart. It reduces the elasticity of the heart. Physically, it does this. It hardens the heart physically if you eat too much beef. So again, if you love beef, just bear that in mind. Now, I remember Imam Qais once, he was talking about food, and he mentioned in the Hanafi madhab, now I know you can verify this, in the Hanafi madhab, he said prawns are makruh in our madhab, prawns. And I was thinking to myself, I love prawns. Why did you tell me this? No, I'm only joking. No, but really, I love prawns. I still do till this day. And since he told me, I've only eaten prawns once because I had to, there's nothing else to eat. But they were nice. Now, there are probably people out there thinking, I love prawns as well. Why did you tell me this? But no, the more you know, the more you can actually apply to yourself. So this is very important to know these small things, the finer details sometimes. Now, going back to the treatment of animals, you see, my grandparents' generation, your grandparents' generation, maybe your parents' generation, everything they ate was organic. It was free range. But back then, they didn't call it organic because everything was organic anyway. But it was free range. Then the farmers used to care for the animals before they were slaughtered. Farmers had a very dignified relationship with their animals. Not like nowadays. Only last week and the week before, I was reading online the news. I won't say which major supermarket, they were caught mistreating animals. They have these battery hen chickens. I don't know if you know what battery hen chickens are, but they're kept in small cages where they can't move. Really, they can't move. They're stuck in a cage. They can't go sideways. All they do is eat from the front and lay eggs from the back. This is, from an Islamic perspective, this is zulm. This is cruelty on animals. I've seen videos on social media which, if you watch them, they will make you cry how animals are treated in this country and in Europe. Really, this is not from our deen. I've seen lambs, sheep, cows. Before the slaughter, they are punched, they are kicked, they are dragged across the cold concrete floors. I've seen sheep being picked up and thrown across the abattoir. Why? Because of supply and demand. Yes, those people doing those horrible acts, they have a sickness inside them, but at the same time, they have such ridiculous targets to meet on a daily basis to slaughter so many lambs, so many chickens, so many cows, that they just rush everything and then they punch and kick animals just to get the job done quickly. This is something we should be thinking about. I'll give you an example. There was a Sahaba once, he was caught throwing breadcrumbs towards an anthill. So he had an anthill in his garden, not his garden, on a neighboring land. He was throwing breadcrumbs. Some of the other Sahaba asked him, "What are you doing? Why throwing breadcrumbs?" He said, "I fear that these ants will testify against me on the day of judgment that I do not fulfill the rights of the neighbor." He was more worried about the animals testifying against him on the day of judgment because he didn't feed them because they were hungry. This was the mentality of these people. This is the level they were on. They were compassionate upon all creation. They weren't just considering about humans. No, they were thinking about animals. So really, you have to ask yourself, if we're eating meat on a daily basis, what are the other implications besides our health? We know the Prophet ﷺ, he introduced animal rights. 1400 years ago, approximately, animal rights were introduced. He spoke to animals. People forget this. Our Prophet ﷺ spoke to animals. He spoke to them, and they spoke back to him. This isn't mythology, this is reality. And there are still people today, alive as we speak, who can communicate with animals. This is no joke. There are people out there that can do this. You have people that talk to dogs, the dog whisperer, you have the horse whisperer. In fact, the horse whisperer is such a famous story. Even Hollywood made a movie about him, book. If anyone's watched it, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, it's worth a watch. Animals have feelings. People forget. They feel happiness, they feel sadness, they feel pain. You see, when I was young, I can remember just about in Pakistan when it was the Qurbani, the sacrificing of the animal. And I remember walking it back to my house with my grandfather, and we would take it back, we would feed it, stroke it, play with it, keep it happy and calm. The person who's about to do the sacrifice, far away, he would sharpen the blade away from the animal, not to scare it. He would come, hide the blade, stroke it, care it, and then do the sacrifice. Now, there are people out there still doing this, but unfortunately, there aren't enough. Again, it comes back to a supply and demand. We should care about the meat that we're eating. When animals are in a constant state of fear, when they're being tortured and punished in abattoirs, what do you think is happening to the flesh? All the adrenaline, all these hormones are being pumped into the flesh, and then people are eating the same flesh. Then you wonder why people are in a constant state of fear. You've heard the famous saying, you are what you eat. There you go. You have to understand, animals have rights, animals have feelings. I'll give you another example. A couple of years ago when my father passed away, very, very shortly after, I have a pet cat, and he became ill. And I took him to the animal hospital, and I spoke to the vet, and he said, look, your cat's got a urinary tract problem. He can't urinate, so he's ill. If he's not treated within 12 hours, he'll die. So he said, have you got insurance? I said, no, I don't do insurance. I said, I'll just pay whatever the fee is. Anyway, whilst they were operating on him, I was talking to the vet, and I said, look, if you don't mind me asking, doctor, what brought this along? He's been healthy all his life, mashallah. And he asked me a few questions. He said, have you changed his food? Have you changed his diet? I said, no, it's the same. Has he been drinking lately? I go, yeah, as far as I know, he's got a bowl of water. He goes, and he started thinking, he goes, has something changed in his environment? And I said, well, you know, we've lost a family member recently. And he said, that's it. He stopped me, he said, that's what it is. He goes, your cat was so attached to your family member that passed away, he's become so stressed and ill, this is what's happened to him. Point being, animals have feelings. They feel all sorts of emotions, and we should respect that. I'll give you one last example. You've all heard of Imam Ghazali, rahimahullah. Now, he tells a famous story of once he was writing one of his books, and we know when he wrote a book, it was a masterpiece. On whatever this topic was, it was the book for that topic. And one day he was writing his book, and you know back then they didn't have pens, so he had a quill and a pot of ink. So you had to put your quill in, take the ink and write. And once he put his quill inside the ink, withdrew, and there was too much ink, so a couple of drops fell on the piece of paper. At the same time, a fly came into the room. A fly came and landed where the drops were. Now, let's just think for a second, if that was me and you, what would you do? Most likely, option A, you'd flick the fly away. Or option B, some people would kill the fly. What did he do? He just waited. He watched the fly and waited. You see, the fly came towards the drop of ink and he drank the ink. Now, you're probably thinking a fly, it's not even a bee, it's got no real benefit, it has no real value. But he waited. With all his wisdom, he waited for that fly to finish drinking the ink. The fly flew away. later on, I can't remember, I think it was the true dream he had. He became known that because of that single act of generosity towards an animal, the fly, all of his sins were forgiven. Over one single act of generosity to a fly. So how should me and you be viewing animals now? So I mentioned briefly about the whole concept of meat and perhaps why we should reduce our intake. What else can we do? Well, first of all, exercise. I know for some of you that's a very foreign word, exercise. No, you should exercise. I know there are people in there, some of you play football, some of you go to the gym, mashallah. When I say go to the gym, I don't mean go to the gym and sit there for an hour in the sauna. You get these people, they say to me, I went to the gym last night, I'm tired. Oh yeah, what did you do? Yeah, I sat in the sauna. It's not really a workout, but anyway. No, really, exercise. If you don't want to go to the gym, just walk. Really, just go for a nice long walk. The Prophet ﷺ walked every day. He went for a walk every day. Again, there has to be some wisdom behind this. There was a leading researcher on type 2 diabetes in the University of San Francisco. He was a Hindu. I forgot his name, but he was one of the world's leading researchers on type 2 diabetes. He was interviewed and he was asked, what's the cutting edge, what's the best thing to cure type 2 diabetes? He said, listen, if I tell you, you're not going to believe me. He goes, no, please tell me, what's the best thing to do if you've got type 2 diabetes? He said, just walk 10,000 steps a day. Walk 10,000 steps a day. Now, I remember shortly after hearing this, someone told me they went to Umrah and they had a pedometer, you attached to your belt, and he was counting the steps, and it was 10,000 steps. He was at Umrah. He did the Umrah, 10,000 steps. So there's one cure for diabetes, go and do Umrah. No, but if you can't afford to go Umrah, of course, you can get these Fitbits. You wear like a watch, or you have it if you have an Apple iPhone. You can count your steps on a daily basis. Really, just walk 10,000 steps. Kierkegaard, the famous historian, he said, whenever I felt sad or depressed, I would go for a long walk and I'll come back feeling better. When you go for a walk, try to go to walk in scenic areas, parks, forests, anywhere where there's a natural habitat. I guarantee you'll feel better. So exercise, walking, fasting as well. Now, I'm not just talking about Ramadan. No, I'm on about general fasting. I know some of you were fasted today, mashallah. All credit to you. There's a book called The Caveman Diet by Jacob, I forgot the name. Anyway, The Caveman Diet, it's worth a read. He's not a Muslim, by the way. This is an American researcher. He said the human body is designed to fast 1 month in the year. This is a non-Muslim saying. The human body is designed to fast 1 month in the year, and it's designed to fast a few days or a couple of days in the week. Now, there's another book called Diet for New America. The author of that book says, again, intermittent fasting, or fasting a couple of days a week, he said you should fast on a Monday and a Thursday. He's not a Muslim. He actually came across it. He said, I chose Monday and Thursday because I heard that's what the Muslims do, and it makes sense to spread it out in a week. Obviously, we know you can fast on a Monday, Thursday, and obviously there are the white days in addition to Ramadan, of course. So fasting as well has its benefits. Now, to finish off, like I said, if you struggle with anything I've mentioned today about reducing your food intake, the brother Atishan will mention the course of self-purification. And for me, that was the only thing that worked for me, personally. Because, like anything in life, the more you practice, the more permanent it becomes. Like anything, whether it's your studies, work, anything. And I've said before, the more you practice, you will never become perfect. Practice doesn't make perfection. Practice makes permanence. So this completely free course will teach you and will help you to make that particular sunnah permanent in your life, inshallah. One more thing to consider is not just the food you eat, but the money you buy the food with. So it's not just what you eat, the quantity, the quality, it's also the money you're buying it with. Ask yourself, is that money lawful? Is it halal? Because there is a very significant relationship between the money you buy your food with, what you buy, and obviously how it affects your spiritual status. There was a famous Salihin, he would only buy meat from butchers that prayed 5 times a day. That's the level he was on. He would only buy halal meat from a butcher that prayed 5 times a day. Anything less, he would not buy the meat from there. See, if you think about this, if your money is unlawful, then you're buying something, maybe it's halal, of course, but ask yourself, will that food ever be lawful to you? Will you benefit from the energy that comes from the food? Will your prayer benefit? If the money is haram, then is the food really going to benefit you? If the food's not going to benefit you, will the energy that comes from the food benefit you? If the energy is not lawful, then all your worship, is that going to benefit you? Now, this is a completely different discourse, but it's something worth thinking about. The money you buy the food with, is that lawful? See, the bottom line is this. Everyone in this room, everyone watching online, we're all going to leave one day. Fact. But on the last day, on the Yawm al-Qiyamah, on the Day of Judgment, we're all going to be asked. We're all going to be asked about what we did on this earth. Did we fulfill the rights of those around us? Did we fulfill the rights of those that had a right over us? And did we fulfill the rights of our body? Because the body will speak out against yourself. My body will speak out against me. And if I didn't look after my body, I'm in big trouble. The guidance is there. The sunnah is there. The prophetic diet's there. You have to decide, what are you going to do? Because that's the only day where you won't be able to lie. You won't be able to deny. You won't be able to use any of the inner mechanisms we have so well accustomed to. You have to ask yourself this. Because if you don't look after your body, who will? If I've said anything that's benefited you, then all praises to Allah. All the mistakes have been mine. Subhanakallah bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta.
Jazakallah khair. Now the time to bring balance into our life, then as Ustadh mentioned, that a course of self-purification known as Tariqa Muhammadiyah is taught here, which helps you step by step bring balance to your body, including your stomach, your mind and your heart and your soul. So for 10 to 15 minutes, inshallah, we'll sit at the front after the zikr or after the salah, Isha salah. If anyone would like to know more about it, it's a free course, inshallah, how you can bring balance into your life, then I will explain that to you. And there's a few more announcements if you just bear with me. As you know, the teacher of Tariqa Muhammadiyah, they've just returned from Turkey, but again they've embarked on another trip which started on Friday to Egypt, and now they are currently in Saudi Arabia for doing Umrah, and they will come back on the 14th of April. Also, if brothers would like to participate in any Jamaats, there is one coming up very shortly, the Sufi conference, which will be in Morocco from 6th of May till the 13th of May. Please give your names to Brother Gulfarm. Also, if you would like any educational knowledge, to increase your knowledge in any fiqh matters, there is Al-Abriz group which answers any questions that you have related to fiqh. Please give me your name and I will get you pointed to the right brothers who can add you to that group, and inshallah will facilitate you and help you in any dini matters. And the other announcement as well is that there is a youth retreat for the youngsters. If you got children or nephews that are maybe available in the holidays in May, then for the cost of £120, there'll be activities, 8 or more activities taking place where food, accommodation will be provided, and it will be an environment where they will learn about deen, but they will also participate in sporting activities. Please see Brother Shabir Hassan regarding this. And finally, if you would like to follow the teacher of Tariqa Muhammadiyah or keep up to date, there is a Facebook group, Sheikh Ahmed Dabagh, the activities that they are undertaking currently. You can watch them live on Facebook. So please watch them and then also share them with your relatives and friends in the UK and abroad. So Jazakallah khair. Now the Zikr Majlis will commence. So can the lights be turned off? Inshallah. So opportunity for now for you to connect, come forward. If I can ask the brothers to come forward, please. And just remind yourself that Allah is watching you, Allah is listening to you, and He is with you. And you can stand up if you want to, just for the next few minutes, to stretch your legs. If you would like to stand up, brothers, a few minutes as well, to let the blood flow to your legs. And after the zikr will be the Isha Jamaat straight away.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Those that come first time, we welcome themselves, and a few of my friends also, alhamdulillah, joining us from London. And for newcomers, just wanted to tell you the methodology of this zikr. This is a loud zikr. It's called Jahri zikr. So inshallah, we'll recite and we'll do this zikr together. So imagining the blessed name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala written in the skies, big, shiny, white, mashallah, and the noor and the light coming to this mosque, and then hitting our body, soul, heart, and mind. And devote yourself and present yourself in the presence of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Speak to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with your heart, mind, soul, and body, as though your whole body turned into tongue and speaking to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Present your deeds, मुश्किलात, परेशानियाँ जितनी भी हैं वो अल्लाह तबारक ताला के सामने रखें, और वही है जो सुनने वाला है. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد لم يكن له كفوا أحد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. صدق الله العظيم. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا. مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا. مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم. على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم. على خلق كلهم. محمد سيد الكونين والثقلين. محمد سيد الكونين والثقلين والفريقين من غرب ومن عجم. والفريقين من غرب ومن عجم. مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم. مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير. هو الحبيب الذي ترجى شفاعته. هو الحبيب الذي ترجى شفاعته. لكل حول من الأحوال مقتحم لكل حول من الأحوال مقتحم مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك محمد سيد الكونين والثقلين والفريقين من نرب ومن نجم مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خلقكم السلام عليك يا شفيع المذنبين 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 صلى الله وسلم صلى الله على محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم صلى الله على محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم صلى الله صلى الله عليه وسلم صلى الله على محمد 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 صلى الله على محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم صلى الله على محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين وعلى آله فاعلم أنه لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. لا إله إلا الله 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 لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله 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 لا إله 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 إلا الله إلا الله إلا الله إلا الله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله 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 ilaha illallah, la 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 ilaha illallah, 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 la ilaha illallah, la ilaha Muhammadur Rasulullah, Muhammadur Rasulullah, Muhammadur Rasulullah, Muhammadur Rasulullah. قل ادعوا الله وادعوا الرحمن أيما تدعوا فله الأسماء الحسنى. Astaghfirullah الذي لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم وأتوب إليه توبة عبد ظالم لنفسه لا يملك لنفسه موتا ولا حياة ولا نشورا أستغفر الله الذي لا إله إلا هو لا إله إلا هو لا إله إلا هو لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم وأتوب إليه اللهم صل على سيدنا ومولانا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وسلم اللهم صل على سيدنا ومولانا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وسلم अल्लाहुम्मा सल्ली अला सय्यदिना व मौलाना मुहम्मदिन व अला आलिहि व अस्हाबिहि वसल्लिम अल्लाहुम्मा सल्ली अला सय्यदिना व मौलाना मुहम्मदिन व अला आलिहि व अस्हाबिहि वसल्लिम। दुआ आप ही करवा दें। अल्हम्दुलिल्लाहि रब्बिल आलमीन वस्सलातु वस्सलामु अला अशरफिल अंबिया वल मुरसलीन अल्लाहुम्मा या रब्बी बिजाहि सय्यिदना व मौलाना मुहम्मद सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम इब्न अब्दिल्लाह इजमा बैनी व बैन सय्यिदना व मौलाना मुहम्मद सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम इब्न अब्दिल्लाह फिद दुनिया क़ब्ल अल आखिरा। या रब्बी लकल हम्दु कमा यंबगी लिजलाली वजहिका व लिअज़ीम सुल्तानिक। या रब्बी लकल हम्दु कमा यंबगी लिजलाली वजहिका व लिअज़ीम सुल्तानिक। या रब्बी लकल हम्दु कमा यंबगी लिजलाली वजहिका व लिअज़ीम सुल्तानिक। रदीतु बिल्लाहि रब्बन व बिल इस्लामि दीनन व बि मुहम्मदिन नबिय्यन सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम। रदीतु बिल्लाहि रब्बन व बिल इस्लामि दीनन व बि मुहम्मदिन नबिय्यन सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम इब्न अब्दिल्लाह फिद दुनिया क़ब्ल अल आखिरा। सुब्हानल्लाहि व बिहम्दिहि अदद खल्क़िहि व रिदा नफ्सिहि व ज़ीनत अर्शिहि व मिदाद कलिमाति व मुंतहा इल्मी। या इलाहुल आलमीन या रहमान राहिमीन या मालिक यौमिद्दीन या रहमान दुनिया वल आखिरा। तेरी पाक बारगाह में कि जिस जैसी बारगाह कोई और नहीं है मौला करीम, तेरा नाम ज़ुबानों पे लाने के अहल नहीं है। अपनी नापाक गंदी पलीद ज़ुबानों से तेरा नाम लेने की जुर्रत की है मौला करीम, तेरी दी हुई तौफीक से माफ़ फरमा और कबूल मंजूर फरमा। या इलाहुल आलमीन, इस ज़ुबान को हमेशा तेरे ज़िक्र में और इस ज़हन को, इस दिल को तेरे फ़िक्र में रहने वाला बना दे। या इलाहुल आलमीन, अपने हबीब अलैहिस्सलातु वस्सलाम के सदका वसीला और जलीला से जितना भी ज़िक्र किया गया, जो नात, जो कलमा कलाम, जो नसीहत, जो हमारे भाइयों का बहनों का यहाँ पे आना, अल्लाह अपने फ़ज़ल और करम से उसे कई 100 गुना इन्फिनिटी करके अपनी बारगाह में और अपने हबीब अलैहिस्सलातु वस्सलाम के वसीला और जलीला से सैयदना आदम अलैहिस्सलातु वस्सलाम की बारगाह में पेश करते हैं। और उनसे लेके आज के दिन तक जितने भी मर्द, औरतें, बच्चियां, बच्चे, जिन्नो इंस में इस दुनिया फ़ानी से गुज़र गए, कूच कर गए, उनकी अरवाह को इसाले सवाब करते हैं, कबूल मंजूर फरमा। या इलाहुल आलमीन, खसूसन बिन खसूस तमाम अंबिया और ख़ास तौर पे सैयदना मुहम्मद रसूलुल्लाह सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम की बारगाह में पेश करते हैं, कबूल मंजूर फरमा। और आपके तुफ़ैल, आपके असहाब और अहले बैत अतहार और ख़ास तौर पर सैयदना अली करमल्लाहु वजहुल करीम, जिनका ये महीना है, उनकी बारगाह में पेश करते हैं, कबूल मंजूर फरमा। जिन्होंने हमें ये रास्ता दिखाया, जिन्होंने हमें तेरा नाम लेना सिखाया, जिनकी वजह से हमें तेरी मार्फत हासिल हुई, या इलाहुल आलमीन उन तक हमारा सलाम पहुँचा। या इलाहुल आलमीन, हमारा सलाम पहुँचा, मौला करीम उनके दर्जात को बुलंद फरमा। या इलाहुल आलमीन, उनको अपने पास से अजर अता फरमा। या इलाहुल आलमीन, हमारे शेख, हमारे उस्ताद सईदी मौलाई शेख अहमद दब्बाग तेरे हबीब की बारगाह में, तेरी बारगाह में मदीना पाक में हाजिर हो चुके हैं। तमाम दुनिया में जाते हैं, अवाम का, आलम अक़वाम का तज़किया करने के लिए उन्हें तेरी तरफ बुलाते हैं, बग़ैर किसी लालच के, बग़ैर किसी पैसे के, बग़ैर किसी मुआवजे के। मौला करीम, हम उनको उनका अजर नहीं दे सकते। या इलाहुल आलमीन, उनको अपने हाथ से अजर अता फरमा। या इलाहुल आलमीन, उनकी तमाम एफ़र्ट्स को कबूल मंजूर फरमा। या इलाहुल आलमीन, उनकी काविशों को कबूल मंजूर फरमा। या इलाहुल आलमीन, उनसे खुश हो जा और उनको खुश रख। या अल्लाह, या रहमान, या रहीम, जितने भी दोस्त, जितने भी बहन भाई यहाँ पे हाज़िर हुए हैं, उनकी दिली जायज़ तमन्नाओं को कबूल मंजूर फरमा, पूरा फरमा। उनके मुख्तलिफ़ किस्म के जो गुनाहों में मुब्तला हैं उनसे उनको बचा, अपनी हजूरी अता फरमा, अपनी हजूरी वाली ज़िंदगी अता फरमा, नेकी वाली ज़िंदगी अता फरमा, तकवे वाली ज़िंदगी अता फरमा, गुनाहों से बचा, गुनाहों की नफ़रत हमारे दिलों में पैदा फरमा दे, अपने और अपने हबीब अलैहिस्सलाम की मोहब्बत, अहले बैत की मोहब्बत, औलिया की मोहब्बत, सालिहीन की मोहब्बत, नेक कामों की मोहब्बत हमारे दिलों में पैदा फरमा दे, तकवा अता फरमा दे। या इलाहुल आलमीन वो ज़िंदगी अता फरमा के जिसके बाद कोई पशेमानी ना हो। मौला करीम वो अमल करने की तौफीक अता फरमा के जिसके बाद तकब्बर ना हो। मौला करीम ऐसे गुनाहों से बचा जिनकी नदामत बाद में ना हो। या अल्लाह तू करीम है और तू करीम ऐसा है कि तू उसको देता है जो डिज़र्व ना करता हो। हम सारे तेरी दर के मोहताज हैं मौला करीम, हम डिज़र्व नहीं करते। या इलाहुल आलमीन हम किसी लायक नहीं हैं मौला करीम, हम इस लायक भी नहीं कि तेरा नाम ले सकें। तेरी बारगाह में आ चुके हैं, तेरे दर पे आ चुके हैं। दुनियावी तौर पे कोई बंदा किसी के दर पे जाके बैठ जाए, सवाल करे, दस्ते दराज करे तो वो सखी हो, गनी हो तो उसको अता कर देता है। मौला तू बादशाहों का बादशाह है, तू गनियों का गनी है, तू करीमों का करीम है। या इलाहुल आलमीन तुझसे तेरी हबीब अलैहिस्सलाम के सदक़े में, तेरी सिफ़ात के सदक़े में तुझसे तुझी को मांगते हैं। मौला करीम अपना अता फरमा दे, अपना आप अता फरमा दे। या इलाहुल आलमीन अपना कुरब अता फरमा दे, अपनी रिज़ा वाली ज़िंदगी अता फरमा दे। अल्लाहुम्मा या रब्बी बिजाहि सय्यिदिना व मौलाना मुहम्मद सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि व आलिहि वसल्लम इब्न अब्दुल्लाह इजमा बैनी व बैना सय्यिदिना व मौलाना मुहम्मद सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम इब्न अब्दुल्लाह फ़िद दुनिया क़ब्ल अल आखिरा। आमीन या अरहमर राहिमीन। रब्बना अल्लाहु अकबर, अल्लाहु अकबर, अल्लाह